Welcome back to Those Other Guys. I'm here with my co-host, Clark, Scott.
Not saying that.
It's just us today, no guests. We dropped a almost 3-hour episode last week, so
With Sally.
we figured we'd give you guys a little bit of a break.
I was so happy that Sal finally came and sat down with us, even though it wasn't in the exact manner I wanted it. But
He still came.
yeah, we'll warm him up because I think Sally has a cool story, but he doesn't believe it's cool, so he doesn't want recognition or anything. But I don't want to give him recognition. I just want to talk to him about it. But
I think it'd be good for him to talk about it, but when time comes for it, because obviously it's sensitive.
he's gonna. Yeah, very sensitive Sally. Skeptical Sally. We're talking about hallucinogens right now, actually, because that documentary just came out. Have you seen that on Netflix?
No.
How to Change the Mind or Change Your Mind, something like that. It's about the first episode was nuts. It's about LSD and like how the guy synthesized it off ergot. And just, have you heard of Bicycle Day?
No.
So Bicycle Day was the first day that he like purposely dosed himself. So he purposely dosed himself with LSD, and I believe they said he took 25 milligrams, and they dose it in micrograms.
Oh my God.
Right. So, or I think it was 0.25 milligrams. So it was a lot. But he rode his bicycle home, and that was the first trip ever recorded. And he like recorded it. Obviously, he was a chemist. So he wrote it down and he recorded it and talked about it. And he was still alive, obviously, to talk about it. And it was just crazy what he talked about. And the visuals on the documentary are nuts. It's like watching Doctor Strange. They're just like in a mirror dimension type thing. And just the road just starts going up. It was nutty. But I want everybody to watch that so that I stop sounding like such a fucking idiot, because way smarter people are saying what I try to paraphrase or say.
Who's that? I was talking to somebody the other day. Oh no, I was talking to Dina about it. Who's that professor that does like meth?
Carl Hart.
He's a professor where?
Brown or Columbia?
Oh, like a badass school.
Yeah. He's not. He's not fucking around.
What was I telling her? I was like, oh, I think it was something like his belief is what, if you're in a good state of mind, you won't be addicted or something.
Yeah, because there's evidence that like the evidence that they used for the chemical hook theories was the mouse with cocaine water, but they had the mouse by himself. And then they recreated the experiment with what they call the rat park. And they had it was like a community of rats. And then they had cocaine water and regular water. And barely any of the rats used the cocaine water. And if they did, it was like sparingly. It was like literally just to get high. It wasn't to continuously ruin their life. But when you isolated the rat, and it would just obviously choose the cocaine water because it was by itself.
Huh.
So yeah, so there's a lot of skepticism in how society views you is more important, because how many people get what's it called? Why can't I think of it? Morphine at the hospital and come out and never look for heroin in their life. Right? Because if the chemical hooks theory was true, that morphine should make them a fiend for heroin.
Yeah, or like because fentanyl. I mean, you got fentanyl.
I got fentanyl. Yeah. It felt great. I swear to God, I was high as shit for about 20 seconds, and then they administered the one that put me out. And it was gnarly. I remember just being like, holy fuck, like this is sweet. And then put me out. But the first thing I like coming out of the hospital wasn't to look for more. Yeah. You know, because I live a pretty good life. So what's there to escape from, really? And they viewed that. Like one of my homies, that passed away, he was supposed to go stay with somebody, and apparently they found his phone with like voicemails that this dude he was supposed to stay with was like telling him like, no, I've changed my mind. My girl and I have changed our minds. We don't want a heroin addict, a junkie staying with us. So he went from about to stay with this safe place, and he was clean at the time, to getting this criticism, and they believe that that's what pushed him over because he OD'd that night.
Oh my God.
Right. So he was clean for a little while before that. And he was with his girl, and his girl was going on vacation. So he arranged to stay with a friend or this person. And they were like, no, obviously, and making fun of him, calling him bad names. And then they believe that that's what pushed him to OD. Or at least relapse, right? And now the shit is so cut with they don't know, right? Maybe he took too much accidentally. But it's crazy because had that person been reassuring to have him stay and like, yeah, let's go.
And he was doing the good thing by like his girl was leaving. Exactly. That's what was keeping him in check and grounded. And then he wanted to stay clean and wanted to.
And he needed her to live too, right? You can't just keep watching me like a babysitter. You can go out and live too. So yeah, he was literally trying to do the right thing. And then, that's why it's like a disease. That's why I wholeheartedly believe it's a disease. I don't think these people want to die. Yeah. You know what I mean? They just want to escape the shitty life that they have or the shitty perception they have on life, which I don't think anybody's guilty for having either. We all struggle. What's this person's struggle versus mine if they, chemically respond the same in the brain? Just because one is perceived harder. I think that's a personal thing. I think if you perceive somebody's harder struggle, you can get through yours.
Yeah.
Right? Like my little thing, I had cancer for 13 days to my recollection. To me, seeing people fight it for months or years, like I don't say I fought it. You know what I mean? I'm not a survivor. The doctors beat the shit out of that and got me where I needed to be, So it's crazy because like now I can perceive it differently, whereas somebody might perceive my situation and be like, oh, I can make it. Right? What's your excuse bullshit. I hate that because it's like, instead of what's your excuse, just look at how capable you are. Right. I think that what's your excuse is so negative because it always seems so egotistical. Like, why'd you skip today? Like, bitch, my leg hurt. It was legs and my leg hurt. What am I supposed to go do? Train legs? Like, fuck you. People just want to like dumb people down. But I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
No, keep going.
No, you got coffee in me.
It's fine.
I'm high. So it's a rest day today, so I was able to.
You rest every weekend?
No, it seems like it, but no.
I do. I take Saturday, Sunday off.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm still on 3 on 1 off.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not afraid to like go 3 on 2 off.
Yeah.
If I need it, I probably should have after that leg day. Because I was ruined because that was my 0 RIR weekend week. So the next 2 days were 0 RIR for me too. So I was pooped. The B days that you have me doing.
Yeah. Okay. How long did your legs hurt?
Literally until yesterday.
Okay, thank God, because I thought I was the biggest.
No. What I love, so Sal, this is going to be just shit on Sal day. He's going to laugh at that. No, it's not. But anyway, his lower back was the only thing that was killing him. Now, do you think that's because he didn't use his legs as much? He's not here to like argue with me so we can have a civil conversation about it. Because, I mean, he looks great. His legs are coming in like crazy compared to what they were.
Yeah.
And it's Josh texted me and he's like, what, did your fucking phone break? He's like, you didn't take no videos, no pictures, no nothing? I was like, I took 2 videos. I was so into that workout.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But no, Sally.
How long did Sal's legs hurt for?
A day or 2, he said.
Dude, I'm telling you, mine are still tight.
Since yesterday. Today was the first day waking up that I didn't notice them.
Yeah, like today. No, today I feel fine. But like, it was bad.
It was horrible. And it was 3 movements. That's what pisses me off the most. But it was new movements. You and I leg press.
We haven't hack squatted in a long time. Yeah. He has a squat in his rotation, so that might be why he didn't feel it too much. He has a Smith squat in rotation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he does like 405.
Yeah.
He's fucking squatting heavy. He finally got to that 405 mark, so now he can get big legs. That's his thing.
No, my legs hurt. They were bad. Like walking up and down the stairs. Dude. So it was the day after. Yeah, I think it was the day after. That night, I was like, my legs were so smoked, right? So I get up in the middle of the night to feed Blake. Wakes up crying. He wants to eat. So, okay, go. We bring bottles upstairs. I start feeding him. The one night this motherfucker's still hungry is the night I gotta walk downstairs and grab more formula for it. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, you're lucky I love you.
Yeah.
And then I just
Only
crippled
him.
downstairs. Cripple walked downstairs, grabbed more, came back upstairs with another ounce of formula.
Was he asleep?
He ate maybe not even half and went to sleep.
Man.
And I was telling Dina in the morning, and she was just dying laughing. I was like, of course, the night of my legs killing me like this.
Dude, I got shitted on at work. I was supposed to be reception. Like, I come in, right? I'm about to ask for reception. I've never had to ask for reception, but I'm like, I'm not walking today. So I'm coming in to ask for reception. I look at the zone sheet. I'm reception. I'm like, I'm cheering. I'm talking with the homie. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, thank you. I'm telling the managers what just happened this weekend. I'm showing them the video. I'm like, look, I can't fucking walk. And I go, we're about to do a little huddle in the morning. I go and get somebody in the reception office because there's people cleaning up in there. I go get them. And this girl there who had like foot surgery or something, been walking around with a cane, is there. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, obviously you get reception over me, but like, son of a bitch. And then I ended up getting the worst zone too, which is cash, where you got to stand the whole time. I was like, I was pissed. I was like, I'm not laughing. Everybody's laughing. I was like, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
Okay, well, what do you think is worse? I sit all day long, and you...
It's sitting for sure.
You stand. You think... But we were equally as sore for as long.
I know, but I think getting up every time sucks way more than already standing.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because the other zones that I wanted just walked more. Because I just wanted to move. But
so you were just standing.
I was standing. Literally just standing. You walk the length of this table, maybe. A little bit longer. And I'm like, nah, fuck this. I was pissed.
Man, that's funny.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I got over it.
I thought I was like so soft for like being so sore for so long. I was kind of mad. I was like, damn, like
disappointed in
I
yourself.
really don't work out hard enough then.
I know. Yeah. I was
To think like JP trains like that on a regular.
every time.
But that's why they hit
what about
legs
Joey?
once every 7 days.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah.
I still my next leg day would have been Sunday.
Mine would have been Wednesday. I skipped it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would have skipped that.
I couldn't.
But that's the argument, right? Or the debate is it good if you go that hard and it like deters you from hitting it the next time?
Yeah, like my next leg day won't be till next Wednesday.
Right. So is that better or not?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. But there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
You know, there's 1,000 ways to make it to stage. And the argument is always what's optimal.
Partially, I think that workout was meant to do what it did.
Yes, of course.
I don't think it was like, this is how we program clients.
No, and he even asked.
Yeah.
We did the 3 hardest movements.
He did ask. He said, you guys are good to be sore for like a week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we all looked at each other like, yeah?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I wanted. I mean, that whole thing is them trying to make people puke. Bree was talking shit the whole time. Like, you're going to fucking die. Like, wait for torture. So, of course, that's what that was intended for.
Yeah.
My quads had so much blood in them.
Yeah. It was like hard to
So
bend
much,
my knee.
yes.
Like, and then after, where was your, like, my teardrops were the most sore.
Mine were like the
outside?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I took those pictures yesterday at the gym, and I felt like my legs got bigger because of the damn workout.
More full, more blood in there for sure.
There's no way we didn't add like a couple millimeters. I'm telling you, like that workout was so hard.
What did you eat after?
What did I eat after? What did I eat after? Well, we came here.
Right.
I didn't have any food with me.
No.
I had a Gatorade, so I got a bunch of sugar.
You hear that? He didn't have any food with him. The whole workout's ruined.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Whole workout's ruined. Missed the anabolic window, bro.
What did I do? Oh, we went out to dinner after. Okay. But even at dinner, we went to some Mediterranean place in Birmingham, which is it's called Ellie's. You should go there. You would really like it. But all I ate was meat.
Yeah.
We didn't get any like We didn't get really any like breads or rices. We just got a bunch of different kuftas and kebabs. You went to Hassam's that night, right? Or the day after?
That was the day after.
Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And Jawad cooked for you guys?
Yep, that was awesome. He's a amazing cook.
Yeah.
He gave us beef chops instead of lamb chops. Those were fucking awesome.
Like on a bone?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was like a lamb chop, but it had more meat to it.
Oh, okay.
But it was a nice tender meat. And yeah, they're really hammering that TikTok and stuff like that.
Well, I saw the whole time he was cooking, they were recording.
Yep. And they had like a YouTube blog and a TikTok.
Was that what that was for, or was it just?
Yeah. They do. He's trying to do like little things like every Sunday, like cooking like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, shit, he can come by my place next, dude. Fuck. It was so great. Good. So good.
It looked really good.
Had some geez, oh, Pete's. Had some rare, not rare, completely raw tartare. And it was amazing. It was really good.
His?
Yes. The only other spot I've ever had it is a spot in Ann Arbor. And it's
You like going to Detroit, right? Somewhat?
Detroit, yeah. I'm not as familiar with Detroit as I am with Ann Arbor.
Right across from Kobo, or whatever the fuck it's called now. TFS, I don't even know what it's called. TFC Center?
I didn't know it changed.
Yeah.
I know it
Or
is
TCF
Kobo.
Center. The bank, it took it over. That bank. But whatever. Right across from Kobo, there's like an old firehouse. It's a restaurant now called the Apparatus Room.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. That is fucking
They have
awesome.
really good beef tartare.
Ooh.
It's like served on a hollow bone. And there's like, it's all beef tartare. It's really good.
I think Dill took me there.
My brother-in-law likes going there. My brother-in-law and Dylan, they would get along so well.
No, nobody likes Dylan.
They're foodies though. I like Dylan.
No, Dylan's a fucking loser. I told him I'm going to try to find a way to shit on him every episode. Just that's what that was.
No, that was I've only had it once. I've only had it that one time there with him.
You should text him and be like, "Don't cheat in Texas."
Him and Josh both told me this week that they're planning on not.
Oh, I bet.
They both told me that they're going grocery shopping the second they get there.
Josh texted
and they
me
said, "Hey man,
out.
but I don't think we're gonna bring a scale to stand on." And I was like, "It's okay."
Oh yeah, fuck, the whole thing's ruined then, boys. God, this thing just changed up on me. I don't know how that even happens. What the fuck?
What is that?
The Apple Watch? Oh, there we go. Did you know you can just change the faceplates on this?
Yeah,
bitch?
you like hold the screen.
What?
If you want this now, just hold down the screen again for the one you want.
I just want this and the normal one that I got.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I got, man, this thing, I changed my name to Green Ranger when I bought this because I felt like a fucking Power Ranger. Like Zordon was going to call me because I got mine has a phone line on it. I need to cancel that because I never use this fucking thing. But it has a phone line on it. I was going to be like, doot, 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 doot.
Like its own or you're that phone?
It's that phone, but I can leave this phone fuck off and it's got data.
Oh, so you have data on that. Oh, I went to Kevin Hart yesterday.
Oh, fuck yeah. How was that?
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was funny, but he's a much better actor than he is a stand-up comedian.
Well, so
his stand-up is an act. Like it's like cringy act though.
Oh no, it's getting old.
Like it's like I knew when the punchline was coming type thing, and it came. It just sounded so like I know comedians like practice. They practice punchlines. They kind of make a script in a way, but his was just like so scripted.
Well, wasn't this one for Netflix?
I think so.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on tour in 3 years.
Right.
And he just signed a new Netflix deal. So I'm sure it'll be on Netflix. So I'm sure it has to be pretty scripted.
Right.
The guy before him was funny as fuck.
Do you remember his name?
No.
When I went and saw him, one of his openers was hilarious.
Yeah, no, one of his openers was so fucking funny.
That's awesome. I love seeing openers kill it too.
Yeah.
Because that's just like it. There's a new like thing about it. They used to bring openers that sucked, but now they bring openers that are good too, so that the crowd never gets like dull. But the thing used to be like you would suck and I'd come save the day, which is shitty.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's shitty.
What was the? It was so short though.
That's what you said.
I was home by 10 o'clock.
How long was he on?
from 8:45 to about 9:30 ish.
So 45.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll cut it and make like an entire hour, but he only does 45. Because they do I don't know. Did he have multiple shows this weekend?
He had a show yesterday Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. So normally what they'll do is schedule like 4 shows, and they wear the same outfit every time for continuity, but they get different shots in each show, and they do the same jokes. So they'll take like the reaction from this show and this joke. Like that's why I forget who did it, but somebody recently did it all in one shot. And they were like, holy fuck. Like, that's kind of crazy because they pay for the special and then have to sell the special.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kevin Hart or something like that.
Yeah, no. It was cool. It was my first time at Little Caesars.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It was cool. It's a badass place.
It's fucking sweet.
It's a badass place. But a little bit of, it kind of reminded me of the Joe a little bit too.
They probably wanted to try that.
Yeah.
The Joe was iconic.
Like the short seats, like there's no fucking leg room.
Oh yeah, well
like,
that's anywhere you go.
Why Ford Field's not bad. Comerica's not bad.
Ford Field's dope.
But no, it's cool. Little Caesars. What else?
Have you ever heard of Andrew Schultz?
Yeah.
He just filmed a special that was apparently so controversial that everybody dropped him. That like Netflix won't stream it, Amazon won't stream it, nobody will buy it. So he's like doing pre-orders and he's going to release it himself. So I'm going to pre-order the fuck out of that because he's one of my favorites.
He's funny.
I went and saw him. He was incredible.
Where'd you see him at a comedy store?
No, I wish. I saw him at it was either the Fox or what's the one right next to it? Fillmore. I think it was the Fillmore, but amazing. He's amazing. Because he doesn't give a fuck. He hits all of it. You know what I mean? He goes for race. He goes for like political, no matter the line. He's awesome.
They were dropping a lot of jokes about COVID.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the problem with what's coming out now is we got to get rid of all that COVID jokes.
Yeah.
Because they've been saving them. They've been saving them.
Because he hadn't been on tour in a while, and now he has been since the pandemic. So what else? That's part of what he's going to talk about all the time. No, it was cool. They take your phones, they put them in bags. Like,
oh yeah, how'd that go? Did they take your watch too?
I wore a normal watch just because I wanted to know what time it was.
For sure.
But it's like a bag they put and they just magnet.
Yep.
It's like a big magnet and it just seals it.
Kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. There's a big fight in one of the in the stands.
Really?
Yeah. During the first acts, stand up, whatever. We're sitting listening, whatever, and then he's like, "The fuck's going on up there?" And everyone turns and looks, and dude, these people were scrapping.
No way.
Girls fucking punching each other, guys punching each other. It was like a whole section.
Oh wow! And it was just getting down.
Yeah, and then everyone started booing, and then they got kicked out, and then all of a sudden that section was just empty.
That's hilarious.
There was probably at least 15 people that got kicked out.
Damn. People are.
The guy behind me was like, "I'm so happy you guys have your heads on your shoulders."
Yeah, because if it was gonna pop off, I was gonna beat your ass. No, that's kind of crazy. Why would you start a fight at a comedy show? Somebody was probably sitting in a seat or something wrong.
That or a drink spilled or something, or I don't know.
Imagine
pretty wild to see girls fighting. Though.
Imagine going there and then getting
imagine being the fucking row in front of all that shit. Yeah. And then you're like, oh great, now I'm fucked. I gotta leave too.
Just go in there and then there's a fight. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's like times where like fighting is appropriate, right? You know, at a UFC fight, you're going to see violence. So you're like primed and ready for that. Yeah. Seeing a fight in the stands would almost be just extra action. But you're going to a comedy show. You're going to be entertained at the most like pure form of entertainment comedy. And then you see a fight, I'd be like, oh shit, what's going on? I'd be rattled actually.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
I bet, dude. What the fuck is going on?
I'm like, what the fuck did he say? He goes, man, that fight's crazy. But guess what? None of y'all can record it because I got your phones.
Damn, I just thought of that. Yeah. How did we not see that there was a fight at the Kevin Hart show? Oh, everybody's got their phones.
It was funny. Yeah, but he made a good point. He was like how everybody is with their phones now. He was like, somebody could get hit by a car. The first thing somebody does is record it. And then they say, hey, are you okay?
Dude, 100%. How long has it been like that, you think? Almost
probably
5 years? 6
probably
years?
since we've had such instant social media.
You think, though?
Actually, I don't know. There's a lot of shit on YouTube.
Right.
Honestly, probably since the first or second iPhone.
Because
that made it a lot easier to record stuff.
For sure. But when do you think people started recording first, asking second?
Probably I'd say probably 8 years ago. Yeah.
What a crazy world.
You rather record something than help somebody.
What a crazy world, dude.
First thing people do.
Or how about recording when you help them? That's the grossest shit in the world.
Like what?
Like when people record themselves giving like homeless people food or something.
Dude.
Ugh. Dude.
Or some of the ones where like YouTubers do it. Well, they'll like have a secret camera and they're going around at gas stations paying for people's gas. Have you seen that?
No.
Like they'll go and be like, I want to pay for your gas today.
And it's just them recording themselves doing good deeds. At this point, though, bro, fuck it. You can record yourself paying for my gas. Gas is fucked. But that is so gross, man. We're such a weird animal. Need attention like that. You know?
All the time.
All the time, man. All the time. I mean, shit, we sit down and film ourselves talking.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know? We're no better. I don't think I'm any better. It's just like taking a step back and looking at it from the outside is weird. It's weird. But man, evolution. This is just rolling with the times. This is what it is now. There's 4 million podcasts now.
Really?
4 million. I don't know if it's 4 million episodes have been uploaded or 4 million podcasts, but I was listening to Rogan because Segura was like, how weird is it that you're number one out of 4 million? Like, you're the one, right? Everybody's really trying to chase him. Who wants, like, when people really like set out and try to do this or like create a studio.
This is Joe Rogan. First thing they're thinking 100%. About.
And they hate it because they normally have a team and it's just him and Jamie.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so good. He does not give a fuck if you give a fuck. You know, he's sitting down with somebody and putting it out, regardless of how it goes.
Yeah.
Sitting down and just putting it out. Putting it out. And I think that's the way to go. I think that's why it does so good. None of it's structured. He doesn't sit down with a list and want to ask
I've been
questions.
on podcasts where people are like, hey, these are the questions we're going to ask you ahead of time if you want to just take a look at it.
Which is dope.
We're going to talk about this and that. And these are things we don't want to talk about. These are things we do want to talk about. Which I think kind of ruins what a podcast is.
But I mean, what is not to be stoner, right?
Yeah,
what is a podcast? Because there's Rogan, which is like a talk show. There's the one that I like, Spittin' Chicklets, where they, you know, is just like a recap of what's going on in hockey. Then there's, have you ever heard Hardcore History?
No.
But oh my God, it's so awesome. It's a series of like 3 to 4 hour podcasts that I can't think of his fucking name. That's gonna bug the shit out of me, but he's a historian. He researches these things for months and months and months at a time, each episode. And one's like the Pacific Theater in World War II, so Japan versus us in World War II. There's one about Genghis Khan. And they're 6 episodes long, 4 hours each.
Jeez.
And he doesn't write any of it down. He sits down and has like a starting thing and then tells it. But he's done all this research.
Yeah.
It's incredible, dude. It's incredible. I used to turn it on when I was trimming or pruning plants and just get lost in the shit.
That's pretty cool.
It's incredible.
Like I guess you could do like the informative educational podcasts have to have some sort of like direction to them, like topics and things like that. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I got into listening to podcasts because of Rogan.
Right. Dan Carlin is his name.
That's his name?
Yeah, Hardcore History. And he has them for like $1 because he needs money to do all this research for this amount of months. But it's so worth it. Sorry.
No. I don't know. I guess I just like the way we do our podcast.
Yeah. And I that's, the podcasts that I tend to listen to aren't really informative, sit down studying ones. I listen to just
talking ones. I don't like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't get into like scripted stuff anymore. Like I had a fun time last night. Like it was great. I laughed my ass off. But like on the drive home, that's all we talked about was how it felt so scripted. I've
noticed that about his comedy though.
Maybe it's just the way he is. That's just how he delivers it, I guess.
Somewhat, but there is that acting part of it that seems gross when you're talking about comedy. Because to me, comedy a lot of the times is like
stand-up is not acting.
No.
Stand-up is sitting on a stool.
The best way I've heard it is like it's hypnosis. Right? Because you have to take this crowd and you have to bring them down and then bring them up. And you're doing a like a hypnosis.
Yeah, like his stuff was, I don't know. People are gonna be like, oh, Kevin Hart's so funny. Yeah, I get he is funny.
Right. Well, but
he's not I don't want to say he's not a great stand-up, but in my opinion, his stand-up has gone really bad.
Well, he's also more of an actor, right?
I prefer him in movies than I do in a stand-up.
For sure.
Like he's a better actor than he is a stand-up comedian now. Which maybe is is probably what he wants. Actually, I don't know. He probably makes a shit ton of money doing both.
Yeah, for sure.
But
the way he does it, he sells out arenas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Little Caesars was sold out last night, but it was pretty full. Little Caesars ain't even that big though.
No, hockey arenas aren't.
No.
Normally.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not bigger though because the Pistons play there too.
Yeah, I don't know how big basketball arenas get. But
like
football,
the Palace
was
pretty big.
Or biggest, sorry.
I feel like the Palace was pretty big.
Yeah, the Palace was pretty big. I can't believe they just demolished that thing.
Yeah.
It was such a nice building, I feel like. And they're like, fuck it, take it down. And they kept the Silver Dome up for a millennia.
Then Amazon bought it.
Did they? They destroyed it?
Amazon has a fulfillment center there now.
I thought they destroyed the...
They destroyed the Silver Dome.
Okay, and then built something there.
They built an Amazon like an Amazon warehouse.
Hub type thing, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bezos buying shit up. There's a huge one by the route that I used to take to smoke blunts. And like that, have I ever told you about this tattoo? That's like what that tattoo is based off of. It's like the representation of the Henry Ford Estates, because I would go there. I have a 94 badge because I would drive on 94 by the airport, and then there's a golf cart and a hill which represents up north. So, and they're all places that I would go, and the quote is a place where we can go and just chill. So and I used to draw it when I was in school very roughly. I'm not an artist, and I remember giving it to the tattoo artist, going like, this is like my idea, but not this. It's like chicken scratch, like house.
There's an Amazon right by the airport.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's why I have an airplane going over 94 on the tattoo. But yeah, that it is huge. It doesn't make sense how big it is.
That Silverdome one is huge too.
That's what I imagined right away, is that it was probably as big as the fucking Silverdome, if not bigger.
No, it's like way times bigger. The size of it. Yeah, it's like you can see it from the highway. That's how big it is.
Damn.
Like if you're on 59.
Okay.
Like you can literally look over and it's like Amazon.
That's crazy. I'll have to try to drive by that.
Isn't it crazy? He started Amazon in 1994 with $250,000 investment from his parents.
Go figure.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. Where's my $250,000 investment? Even though that wouldn't be, what's a $250,000 worth now from 94? Like 50,000?
Oh God, I don't even know.
I saw something yesterday, that Dan Price guy. That Dan Price, he's opened my eyes to a lot of shit, because he took a pay cut as a CEO, because he talks about how the employees make the business make money.
Yeah.
Right? So he doesn't want to have a gross percentage over them, and that's what's been really rising. But
his Twitter is really popular.
He talks about he's trying to get assassinated, I think. Like the way he put stuff out there, it's crazy. But he was like, if you're not giving your employees a 10% raise right now, you're giving them a pay cut, because that's how bad inflation is.
Yeah, 9.4% in June.
That's crazy, dude.
It's the biggest in 40 years.
Yay.
But it's Putin's fault.
Dude, those memes that are like, if I could just stop living through historical events, that'd be great. You know,
I mean, dude, the last one.
I'm 30 and I've seen so much.
The last 3 years has just been nothing but historical events.
Dude.
Like, this is shit I'm going to tell Blake about. Blake's going to learn about COVID.
How old were you when 9/11 happened?
That was 2001?
Yep.
So I was 7.
Do you remember it?
I remember getting picked up from school.
I remember it because I was 9. No, Jesus. Yeah, I was 9.
You're 30, right?
Yeah.
I'm 28.
Yeah, I was 9 because I was in the 4th grade.
I was in 2nd grade.
My teacher at the time lived across the street from the school, because I went to a small little Catholic school, and her son was in New York. And this was, you know, obviously before cell phones like that. So she had to run over and grab a radio, and we just listened to it. And it was nuts, dude. I remember that. And I remember going home and just seeing the footage and just... What do
you think changed over the years? Because 9/11 was like the time when we saw America as tied in together as we've ever seen it. Do you think it because then you look at like a lot of people were comparing like how we react to the pandemic. We were like split in half, like you ain't closing shit down or you got to close everything down, versus like 9/11 was like Democrats and Republicans were hugging, like we got to get through this American patriot type shit. But I don't know. I wonder what happened over the years, because I feel like the pandemic had a good setup to have a lot of people come together and be committed together. But I don't know if it was the way we just delivered everything was bad or what. I think the pandemic happening around an election year was the worst thing that could have happened.
It's funny that you bring this up, because I have like a whole theory about this.
Let it rip.
Yeah, I have a whole theory about this. I call it the Tiger King theory. You remember Tiger King?
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about unity? That was the last time we were as united as 9/11 was the Tiger King. Legit. Everybody wanted Carol Baskins dead. Everybody wanted Joe Exotic out of jail. Everybody was on the same page for the first time in fucking ever. And I swear to God, somebody had to have seen this and got scared. And they went up to Trump and they were just like, be against masks. No matter fucking what, be against masks. And then that's what created the divide. In my head, Trump had a fucking layup to unite the country, and he threw it the opposite fucking way. He just took that ball and threw that bitch the opposite way. How easy would it have been for him to come out and be like, we're going to beat this? You know, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't, whatever. But like delivering it calmly, positively, like enforcingly. I mean, that's what Bush did when 9/11 happened. Bush didn't even call Islam bad when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And they're hammering radical Islam now. Like, it's fucking nuts when you go back and look. Bush was like, Islam is a religion of peace. These extremists do not represent that religion. George Bush, the guy who went to war in Afghanistan, right? So I think he had a fucking layup. And he dropped the ball, and we could have been that come together. But that divide with how weird some of his followers are, they just hammered it too.
Like
Q. I mean, there's just weirdos that follow him and they don't realize it, you know, because they like the way he talks. Oh, that's the way, you know, all the people that I like talk, so I like him. That dude don't give a fuck about you, dude. He's a billionaire. You are nothing to him. You are scum to him. That's the funniest thing in the world to me about politics. These people praise these people, put them up on these pedestals, make them celebrities. They don't give a fuck about you. Who feels represented anymore?
No, you can't.
Who feels represented anymore? Nobody I know is happy that the Roe v. Wade thing was overturned. Nobody I fucking know. Do you know anybody?
No.
I didn't see one person going, this is a good idea. So, like, what the fuck are we doing? That generation needs to get the fuck out of office. There needs to be term limits, like right away, yesterday. They need term limits yesterday.
The career politician stuff needs to stop.
Is gross.
How about you're making decisions based on 30-year-old beliefs, 40-year-old beliefs,
ignorant ones too.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough evidence. Now we have more evidence on how we can handle the situation, and they double down. They don't want to change it. Right? Look who's fucking president. At the time, they were talking about defund the police, right? Everybody, defund the police. Police are bad. The military state is bad, whatever. So they elect the guy who had a hand in writing the crime bill, and his VP, who called him a racist on stage, who gladly accepted the VP nomination, now running with him saying, oh, he's a good guy, right? Wanting you to believe that shit. She made a career out of putting people away.
Yeah.
And she hid evidence. She would fight for evidence to not be like allowed in court.
So people couldn't be released.
How fucking crazy that those are the two that side was going, yeah, for sure. And the thing is, it's like, I'm more on this side. But when I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I didn't vote for Trump, though. I voted for fucking Jorgensen or whatever, whoever ran the libertarian. Yeah, and they need to do a better fucking job too. My God, dude. My God, they need to get their name out there in some way, shape, or form. And I know it's money. I know that's what, like, they're going against Republican and Democrat, who are friends, by the way. Okay, like, don't fucking fool yourselves. They get us mad so that you and I fight for them. It's only 538 of those motherfuckers. 538. And there's what, 390 million people in America?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, good idea. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I hate politics.
I don't like
because
talking about
people get so tribal over it. Like, oh, the people that are happy about babies not being killed, abortion, right? Love the death penalty. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
That's pro-life? Are we fucking for real right now? It's not pro-life. You're taking a life and you're for it. Oh, they did bad. That's not pro-life.
Yeah.
Right? What about the freedom to choose to have an abortion? I bet you would like to be able to choose to get an AR-15. Sounds like freedom of choice to me, right? We are so intertwined in fuckery and hypocrisy that we tried, like, it doesn't make sense. I think it's purposely orchestrated like that.
To do what?
To keep this.
To cause divide?
To keep, yeah. Because they don't have it. They're clipped up in there. Dude, you saw how many people at your school at one time? How many people probably went to your school?
Like 100. No, like 300-400 people.
Okay, so it's like Congress. You see these people every fucking day. You're going to be clicked up with people. You're going to see people, but they're still your crew.
Yeah.
You know? That's what we're really doing. That's who's really running this country and running it into the fucking ground. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy.
Do you think people have any ability to change it?
Absolutely. But I think it's going to be more than what we're capable of. And by that, I mean, like, I know I'm already looking forward to hockey season. You know, I want to see the Red Wings. I want to see the Lions. So let's hold off on the revolution just a couple more months, please. Like, maybe during baseball season. I know I don't like baseball that much, so we could do it right now, right? Let's do it either before or after.
I don't think it will ever happen.
No, I don't think so either, because we're too distracted. Literally, we're too distracted, and people are tribal as fuck.
They keep you distracted and divided.
Yeah, 100%. It's a game, dude. It's such a fucking game. And they played their hand or showed their hand big time with who's president right now. He's not the best representative of this country. He's just not. But he was able to get enough people to vote for him against Trump. That's all this election was, get Trump out of office. And now he's about to come back with a vengeance. He's about to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a layup if he does run. I really do.
I can't see Biden ever being reelected.
Oh, God, no. If he is, it'll be, you want to talk about conspiracy or they fucked with the election. That's when I'll be like, okay, maybe. Maybe.
I mean, it's the worst America's been. Up there.
We had slavery at one point, dude. It's not the worst America's been by any stretch of the means.
In modern times, it is.
Okay, maybe. We went through a Great Depression. Was that not modern time?
1920s? I don't know. Would you consider that modern?
I don't know.
That was a century ago.
Wow. They're trying to repeat that shit, huh? Wow.
That was a century ago. 2 weeks, you get Q2 announcements. If it's a negative, we're officially in a recession.
Wow. How do you think Blake's going to feel telling people that his dad was born in 1990 something?
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody now is born in 2000.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. I mean, he's
19, right? It's going to be like here in 18 for us. When
yeah.
Great grandma was born in 18 something. You're like, damn, she was old as fuck.
1900s is going to be weird in a couple of years.
For sure.
Like the next 20 years, like we're that next old group.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm already an old man. I spotted somebody the other day that was 14. And I was like, how old are you, man? He's like 14. I was like, I've been lifting since you were 0 years old. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, we've been doing stuff longer than some of these kids have been alive. That's weird. And
he had me one rep max out spot him. And I was like, what are we doing, man? Why are you doing this? And he's like, I just want to see if I've improved. I was like, did you improve in the mirror? Do you like what you see? Like, keep working. Like, I get what you mean, but this is silly. Just go for like sets. Don't do one rep max. Because they never know how to max out either. It's very unsafe. Very unsafe.
They don't warm up.
No. Jumped right to it. Arms just coming down, hit the rack. You know what I mean? Like baby deer. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I was there.
Oh, man.
I was there. I remember baby deer in it the first time I hit 185. Like one side up, the next side try to fight. Have you ever seen that shit?
Yeah. That's happened to me before.
Yeah.
Where like one arm, or like when you're dumbbell pressing and one arm just completely gives.
That's scary shit.
It's like...
Yep, that's scary shit. That's how my legs gave on that Smith squat. I can't wait to see that video.
You were just
down in the hole. Good thing I have good like ankle mobility and can regularly do that. Otherwise, I probably would have tore something. Sal would have tore something if he had to go that low.
Poor Sal.
Yeah, shit on Sal day. This is what you get for not coming on.
Is that all we're doing today?
Shitting on Sal and Dill? Yeah, why not? I'd be here for 15 hours. Give me, for Dill especially. I'll be here overnight. I would like to have Dylan on. I don't think he would come on, though. No. I would like to have him on.
Talk about some of the cool projects he does.
Yeah. Maybe he would.
Maybe he would. Maybe if I invited him, he would.
Yeah, you have to, because he would say "fuck you" to me. So maybe he'll be like, "I'll consider it." I'm really busy right now. That's what he would say, and he is. He fucking is. But it would be cool to hear about his shit. I know he's had some cool times and shit.
Yeah.
Probably some times he can't talk about. But
man, he's getting married when? September? August?
October.
Oh, okay.
October. I got 2 weddings in September though. One in like Cali, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm fucked, dude. I'm gonna be out on the corner over here on the highway asking for money on the weekend. Yeah, I got a weekend gig on the corner of 9 Mile in Southfield.
Steven Tran is getting married in October, end of October. So I feel so bad for this guy.
Oh wow.
His venue is in Grand Rapids. He lives in Grand Rapids. Obviously Grand Rapids is a very liberal city. Right?
Oh no.
And he's getting married at it's a church / venue. So like they have a reception area and they have the church for the ceremony, all that, whatever. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. I don't know what Christian denomination it is, but It was 2 weeks ago. They rejected a gay couple from
Oh, I know exactly where they are or what this is because, funny enough, Dylan's fiance is a wedding photographer, and she's like, I will no longer be shooting pictures at this place.
What was it called?
I don't remember the name of it, but it's a venue.
Happened like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So he was telling us this, and
I would want a discounted rate.
So hang on.
Oh
no. so he posted a picture, him and his fiance
at the place.
At the place. Just before all that happened.
Okay.
So just, they went for their viewing. Just
obviously he doesn't think this or anything.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. So whatever. He's just at the wrong place at the wrong fucking time.
Yes, dude.
So they took the picture, posted it, whatever, tagged the place in it. And then a couple of days later, all this shit happens. And dude, his cake person dropped him. His linens and chair rentals person dropped him, and another vendor dropped him because they refused to work there. And he had to put his account on private and stop the commenting because he was getting harassed on his Instagram about having a wedding there.
Shit.
So he had to do all that. He spent like a $7,000 non-refundable deposit that they won't give it back to him.
I mean, that's what that means.
Yeah, and then I went to the venue's Instagram. Their last two pictures have 7,000 comments.
They're getting shitted on.
There's a change.org petition against it.
Oh, wow.
Because, that church across the street, right? This city doesn't have an ordinance that you have to accept that human rights thing.
Right.
So they could say no, and they wouldn't get in trouble for it. Grand Rapids has an ordinance.
Oh, wow.
Grand Rapids has an ordinance that they have to respect the religious human rights. So you're not allowed to discriminate and turn away people for that.
That's very interesting. I would have always thought that they would have said
so it's not
no.
every city. It's not every city, yeah. And they are going against that ordinance and saying no. And then that petition is for enforcing that ordinance on that location.
Well, fuck that place. I don't understand that part of hating a place. I get trashing them in the sense of being upset with their stance on something. But why force them to do something? I wouldn't want my wedding there if they didn't want it, right?
Yeah. I guess that one
I
guess what? You get the ordinance, you make them comply to the ordinance, and now
do you have the wedding there still?
Yeah, do you still do it?
I wouldn't.
I guess it's a badass venue, and that's why a lot of people like to do their weddings there. But it's
and then
I feel so bad for him, dude. I was hey, I got people who did my wedding, but you're on this side of the state, I'm on this side of the state.
Right.
I don't know if they'll come out to you, but I'll give you their contacts, explain to them the situation, and then but a lot of people in the wedding industry are gay.
Oh yeah, and I mean, fuck that place if they're going to do that, for sure.
Yeah, so I could see why a lot of them were no, I'm not working.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the choice, if I was already booked, it'd be hard.
Fuck a client over like that.
If I was booked, it'd be hard.
Yeah.
But I get it. That's how you really make a difference, right? I'm no longer spending my money there or giving you my services there. That's how you make a difference there, because they're going to be pressured now. And that's the weird part, right? It's like going back after getting beat up by your girlfriend or something, going back to her, right? Is it the same? Because we just had to convince you to have this.
I feel like that place will just end up turning into just Christian weddings, and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is which I was just kind of, but I'm also surprised that a gay couple wanted to get married there in the first place.
I'm not.
I don't even know. How are churches with that stuff now? Are there churches that do that stuff?
Yeah, clearly.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't even know what the stance is on that now.
Well, the Pope's official stance is that God loves everybody. So gay, black, white, purple, brown, whatever.
So can a gay couple get married in a Catholic church?
I believe so.
So then why did they refuse?
Personal bigotry, or is it bigotry? I don't know what bigots mean, but personal fucking loserish. I don't know. Why does anybody hate if you're in the industry of love, this is the way Dylan's fiance put it, and it's perfect. If you're in the industry of love, how do you deny love? Whether it be whatever way, love is love. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. Because it's happening between two men that makes you feel weird about it, and you now going to let them in. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucking silly. Or you're not going to bake them a cake. Remember that
I
one?
think it's silly because, like, dude, I know some gay guys that are probably some of the best people I've ever met.
Of course. They're human.
And then some of them even have kids that they adopted.
Of course.
And, like, or they've had, like, surrogates where, like, they will, like, ask a woman to carry the child, and, like, they're great dads.
Of course, this shouldn't come as any surprise.
Which is like why because I feel, I don't know, I got to look it up, but I feel like a church's stance now is that this is okay, like gay marriage is okay.
I would think so.
That's why I was so confused why they refused them.
Oh, right. Yeah. Again, it has to be.
It has to do with the owners.
They're
bashing the owners.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it has to be because there's man.
Like, didn't this, bro? We're past this shit. This was approved a long time ago.
I think too, though, people are afraid about that Roe v. Wade thing
taking away gay marriage rights.
That might happen next too, or be left to the states, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm also surprised that Michigan apparently is one of the states that might try to change to make abortion illegal. Which is crazy.
To make abortion illegal?
Yeah, which just shows you how Michigan really votes, right? Or Michigan really is. If you go to like the big cities, they're very liberal. But outside, the rest of the mitten is fucking red.
Yeah.
As red as their necks.
It's like Flint and Detroit, Grand Rapids are the only blue cities here.
And they're even a little red now. People in there for sure.
But no, I feel so bad for Steven.
That's horrible.
Dude, your wedding's in what? His wedding is in, what is that, 3 months? 3 months, he's got to find all new vendors like that?
I don't know how wedding planning goes, but...
I mean, to get somebody for an October wedding right now, good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
I booked my vendors out a year out. Some of them 2 years out, they were booked up till.
Damn, dude. That's fine. See...
It's a weird situation.
I know. Like Goob did that, right? He started putting people on blast, and some people got like fired and like in trouble.
Some people got arrested, dude.
Right. Like, okay, if you're getting arrested, then you're obviously doing crimes. Like, fuck you, right? But like people getting fired for shit, I don't know. I get it, right? I don't want to work with that person either if they have these beliefs. But I would have never known. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Social media is weird like that. Because then now if this dude's getting fired for just being himself and I can't make the personal decision to not like him, how many other things are going to be orchestrated for me to like or for me to believe is the good thing? Right?
Yeah.
I get there's obviously standout things that are the good things, right? But I don't know, man. I've heard people with shitty opinions on one thing, but they love their children. We
had different opinions on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but we don't differ on like human rights and shit like that. You know, like we're not racist. Like you're not a racist, or I'm not a racist, and you just tolerate me. You know, there are people that I know of that have shitty opinions on matters that other people or even my beliefs are different. I don't fucking hate them for it. I just know I can't talk to them about that.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to listen to their opinion about that. It means nothing to me, but they probably love their girlfriend or their wives or their children. They're probably human too, right? Humans have opinions. They don't have to be always right. I mean, right? I don't know. I believe in hearing that dumb fucking opinion so I can be like, oh, okay, you're just a dumb fuck. Like, I don't have to talk to you about this shit anymore. I know you can't even comprehend where I'm coming from. So why waste my time?
They can't comprehend where you're coming from.
And why waste? Why
it's
waste
just
the
back
time?
And forth. You're just not on the same wavelength on that topic or whatever it is. That's why you just shouldn't even talk about it to each other.
Good one too. Have a nice one. But you want to talk about maybe betting the game? Sure, we can be cordial about that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like call you up and be like, "Yo, you want to hang out? You want to go get dinner?" You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to see eye to eye like that.
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't. I like when people started calling out their grandparents
For what?
for having differing opinions because they were born in the fucking 40s, right? Like you never heard about that? I'm arguing with grandma at Thanksgiving. This new generation loves to film like arguments and shit, right? You're not changing anybody's fucking opinion.
You know how hard it is to change somebody's opinion?
You know how hard it is to change somebody that's 70 years old? You know how hard it is to change their opinion? Or 80 years old and you're 15, 16?
Yeah.
Dude, I think the voting age should be 25. If you're under 25, especially if you're 18, okay, let me rephrase that. If you're 18 and you get to vote, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I don't give a fuck, a fiddler's fuck about your opinion. You're 18 years old. You're barely alive. 10 years ago, you barely knew how to read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your brain is not formed.
Where do you think they came with the age 18?
Because you can go to war. 18-year-olds used to be built different, too. A lot of responsibilities were had on 18-year-olds. People used to have children at 22. You know what I mean?
Do you think
20.
18 came from the schooling system, though? Because like when
Somewhat.
a kid starts school, by the time they graduate high school, they're 18.
Right, somewhat, for sure.
You think that's where like the whole we should make our minimum ages for stuff 18?
I think so. I think it was like at least let them get through this much of schooling.
Yeah.
And then they can be introduced into the workforce. Or that's why, there was certain laws against child labor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're
Dude, I definitely broke those child labor laws.
Oh, dude, I was working at an ice arena when I was like 9 years old. I never even got paid. My dad would be doing the ice and I'd be taking your order. I was so small, I'd have to have people get their own candy bars because I couldn't reach it.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not.
Yeah.
And Blake is not going to either.
He's not going to know that, or he's going to know?
He is going to work.
What are you making Blake do?
What do you mean?
What are you making Blake do? He's going to get a job?
Yeah, he'll work at the gym.
Okay,
if I still have the gym by the time he can. He'll mop floors. He's going to learn all of it.
Yeah.
They're good things to learn.
Oh, yeah, of course. But could that be achieved with like having him do chores around the house? And then
No, I feel like it's different.
That's fair too.
I think house
you got to
chores
take
are
orders
way
from other people.
Yeah.
I think so too.
No, you go to work, Uncle Nico's telling you what to do.
Right.
I'm not talking to you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not dad.
At home it's different.
Yeah.
You get away with not doing chores sometimes.
Yeah. Talking back.
Yeah. So
because I'm gonna live here anyway.
Yeah, what the fuck am I gonna do? Kick you out? Right. No.
Yeah, no, I think that's good too. We've definitely gotten soft. I can tell you that.
Kevin said this
people
yesterday.
I work with.
He said, "What happens to the time where we used to be able to say to people, shut your dumb ass up and sit the fuck down." That you can't do that anymore.
No, fuck no. I've been told that plenty of times.
But that's how it used to be. You said something stupid, people weren't saying like, "Oh, listen to him." They were saying, "Shut the fuck up, sit down."
Man, I work with some lovely people. Lovely people. I love them outside of work. Great people, right? But there are people there that will leave because they're having a bad day. I'm having a bad day today. I need to go home. What? The fuck is that? I couldn't imagine if I like worked for my pops. Hey man, I'm having a bad day. I need to go home.
My dad would hit me upside the head, dude. He would be like, "You think I haven't had a bad day? You ain't going nowhere."
The fuck are you talking about, dude? You're sitting here selling weed to people. Customer was rude. Aren't people rude? You can't. What? You're a grown adult. You don't know this by now? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my God, like yesterday, fuck.
What?
We were driving on Kaz Avenue, right by the little Caesar's parking garage.
Right.
And I bought a parking pass ahead of time for the parking right across the street.
Right.
And they had it like coned off so I couldn't turn left. And
Okay.
there was guys standing outside, like directing traffic through the cones. And I was like, "I have a parking pass for there. How do I get in there?" And he's like, "Well, clearly you can't turn left because there's cones here." And I was like, "Dude, I asked you a fucking question." Like, and Dina's grabbing me and is like, relax. And I was like, "Why'd you have to answer me like that?"
Right, dude.
Like, just because everyone else was giving you a hard time? I wasn't.
I somewhat get that because I've had a strain of bad people, and it's like this person I gotta remember is nice, but yeah, it's hard, dude. It's hard to think how people. I shouldn't say it's hard. It's very easy to treat somebody nicely. Like, you don't have to be a dick to everybody, right? But a lot of those people get that power. He had power in telling you, obviously not left. You dumb fuck.
Yeah, literally. Right? Yeah. That's what I felt like he said to me.
100%.
And I was like, I even called him sir. I said, excuse me, sir. Like,
I showed you the utmost respect.
I didn't beat my horn. I didn't say anything. I didn't scream at him.
Wave, whistle.
Yeah, that's it. I was just like, excuse me, sir.
That's for sure a big one, because we do a curbside service. If you honk at me, you just bought yourself 15 minutes. If I don't text you, come inside. You lost your curbside service, dude. I had a guy yesterday yelling at me because he called and specified curbside order. Well, we can't take orders outside. You're about to buy a controlled substance. You have to either come inside or place your order online so that you can come pick it up. Curbside is a courtesy that we bring it out to you, right? Yeah. You're here, your order, you don't want to deal with coming inside.
Drive-through pickup.
Exactly. So he comes out, he texted in because we have a tablet, and I texted back, sir, you have to come inside, place an order if you don't already have an order. And he's like, no, I want to be helped out here. So I make him wait a little bit, and then I actually forget about him. And it was like 25, 30 minutes. I figured he had come inside. And he texts again, hey, I've been out here for 30 fucking minutes. I've seen people come and go. What's going on? And I finally went out to him. I'm like, man, this isn't like what you think. And he's like, well, I called and said curbside orders. And I go, nobody knew that that's what you meant, though. Like, you're talking about a technicality. Instead of curbside pickup, you said curbside order. Like, okay, jackass. And I was talking to him, and I was actually being very calm because I was high, and I was like talking to him. I'm like, and he showed me the text messages, whether he deleted my message back or not. He never got it. So I said, okay, hey, that's on me. You're right. I'm sorry, bro. This is totally on me. I meant to text you back. I know I texted you back because I had my manager read it over so that it didn't sound aggressive. So I'm sorry that you didn't get that. That's on me. I should have came up to you out here, but you still have to go inside. I'm not taking your fucking order out here. Like, that's not the way it works. And he was fine with it, but he finally went inside. But that entitlement, and he was texting in like, wow, cool. And I wanted to walk up to him and be like, listen, motherfucker, I'm a real human too, right? You're not just texting some automatic service. If you know that and you're texting me and treating me like that, I don't want to help you at all, right?
Man, people are...
What happened to the golden rule?
Oh, that's my favorite rule.
Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah, that's my favorite rule.
Nobody fucking does it anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that, because if nobody did it, it'd be a lot more chaotic.
In technicality, that replaced the 10 Commandments in Christianity.
What's that?
You know that, right?
What?
That rule.
Okay.
That's from the New Testament.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be Christ's new commandment and only commandment. And it's supposed to represent replacing the old times commandments for just that.
It's interesting that you say that, because did you know the man shall not lay with a man is in the Old Testament? So Jesus never even fucking believed that, because the New Testament was new. This is how you live. The Old Testament was old.
And that's what that saying comes. Yeah, that saying comes from the Bible.
I didn't know that. That's
it's
crazy.
Actually in like Matthew. It literally says like, this is the commandment to replace all the commandments. Treat others the way you would like to be treated.
You want to talk about wild shit? Talk about the Bible. Talk about how many versions of the Bible there is. Talk about how many things have been left out of the Bible. Talk about what the Bible is. Even within the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they all have different interpretations of what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I have this tattoo right here, means Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. And it was in Matthew, Mark, and John, it was his accusation, the way that they
that was his death
about
penalty.
It was his accusation. Luke called it his title.
So you know that they all wrote to a different audience.
Yeah.
Like,
they're all
Matthew
from different
wrote
times.
To the Greeks.
Yeah.
Like Luke, whatever. I'm just
right.
They all wrote to different audiences and all at different times, and that was like the big thing.
And there were hundreds of years after. Jesus' life.
They're all really old.
Yeah.
And but only one of them was actually an apostle.
Which one do you know?
I want to say it was Matthew.
That's interesting. I know.
Like only one of them knew
Jesus. I remember hearing that, and I could never look it up and prove it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
But I mean, I went to Catholic school. You know, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in the Bible. Like, think about a mass for a second, right? And I'm gonna use some different words to describe the mass.
Only Matthew and John were actually apostles. Luke and Mark never knew him.
Crazy.
They were taking interpretations of their teachings. Mark was an apostle and a follower of Peter, one of the other apostles.
Right.
And then Luke was a doctor.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Matthew's a tax collector.
Yeah, Jesus hung with some shady folk.
But that shows you, I think that in a non-religious way, I think it shows you like how you should be able to see the good in all these people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus said, you know, for the first man whose hands are clean can throw the first stone, right?
Yeah, he said
nobody's hands are clean.
He says those without whoever is without sin can cast the first stone.
That's what it was. Yep.
And nobody threw a stone.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Bob Marley. He said, before you point your fingers, make sure your hands are clean.
Yeah. So
same thing.
The New Testament's a really good book if people ever want to read it. Like if you want to read it in non-religiously.
This has become my favorite question.
Honestly, my favorite book though that I've ever read was
Lord of the Rings.
No. My favorite book on like all that kind of stuff was I read the Nag Hammadi scriptures, the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Even the Gospel of Thomas is really good too. That was left out of the Bible. And the Gospel of Mary, his mother.
Mm-hmm. There's a Mary Magdalene.
Or I'm sorry, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who some people believe was his wife.
And what people think was his actual wife.
Yeah. So there's, oh man, you cut me off like 15 times. No, just kidding. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Something about mass. I know where I was going with mass. MASS.
The church, like
the Catholic
church,
mass.
Yeah.
Oh, but my favorite question to ask people, like religious people lately, is what version of the Bible is your favorite?
King James.
Right.
Like,
yeah. And King James, it's named after somebody else.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, the Bible was created by the Nicene Creed. Creed.
No, they had a creed. The Nicene Council.
Yeah, Nicene Council was
Council of Nicaea.
Yeah, who's decided what made it in and what didn't make it in.
Right, which is nuts. Mm-hmm. But so think of a mass, right?
I'm just looking up these.
You're good.
Things.
You have a priest. Well, what if I called him like a shaman or a magician, right? Because he's about to do a magic trick. He's about to turn water into wine. And then he doesn't turn water into wine. I'm sorry. He turns wine into the blood of Christ.
Yeah, and he turns bread
which is even crazier, if you ask me. But then he takes bread, this is my favorite one, and makes it the flesh of the God that you praise. You're about to eat your God and drink its blood. Is that not a fucking seance? Imagine
seance?
Like a pagan ritual, right? Like I don't know exact meaning of a seance.
Hang on,
I'll
be Jamie for the day.
I just heard it. It sounds cool.
Say. I don't even know how to spell that. Seance.
Ask Siri. That's what I do. Seance. Nope, it gave me SANS. Damn Midwestern accent. I mumble when I talk. I've noticed that. When I get going, I stop like pronunciating words.
Wait, I'm just gonna put seance ritual.
Oh, that's a good way.
Or is it a ritual? Wouldn't you just say it's a ritual?
Yeah, exactly. Duh.
So what about
anyway? But that's the thing, right? If I use different words to describe it, it doesn't sound like the Catholic Mass anymore. Because what if a magician turned wine into blood, and then bread into the flesh, right? And at least made you think that way.
Yeah,
that's a crazy thing. You talk about Satanists recreating that, and you're freaking out. You know, they eat the flesh of the devil and drink the devil's blood. You're going, fuck that, right?
Yeah.
No, we're doing it to Jesus. Jesus was a good guy. You know, I don't know. When you think of these crazy things, they're not as crazy as they really are, right? It's just it's a ritual. It's something that people have been doing forever.
Yeah.
Humans have been doing this shit forever.
Yeah, I mean, rituals have always been a thing.
Humans are like, that's what we believe in. We believe in false truths. Money, that's a false truth. We give that piece of paper meaning.
There's some crazy correlations between Christianity and Native American religion.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the belief was that they had to do. That's why Jesus wasn't born on December 25th.
No, that was his birthday is only that day because of a Roman pagan holiday.
Pagan holiday.
Yeah.
So that would make sense that they like integrated other things
because
into it.
I forget what it was. There's because of the shepherds in the fields who saw that star, they wouldn't have been tending to flock at that time of the year, so it puts him more towards like March, April being born.
Either that and all the animals weren't inside, so it had to be warm. Because I've heard middle of the year. I've heard summer.
Yeah, I the last time I ever looked into it, I heard April. So
maybe that's why the bunny comes in April. Right? Jesus was born, 3 kings.
And that's a big reason why.
Eggs. Yeah.
Well, Easter actually does happen.
I know that's
around Passover. Passover
really?
one time a year.
Okay.
Twice a year. One time a year, twice a year.
Once, because then they have Hanukkah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they have Rosh Hashanah.
Well, I just learned the differences in Eids.
Yeah,
like there's an Eid at the end of Ramadan.
There was just an Eid last week.
Yeah, because that's the beginning of the pilgrimage to Mecca.
Yeah. Their big holiday, though, is the Eid from Ramadan.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Christmas to them.
Yeah, essentially, right? Or is it more like Easter for them? Because there's a lot of fasting and stuff involved with Ramadan.
Well,
there's a lot of fasting and Easter, Lent time.
I think it's their most important one, right?
Easter is Christianity's most important holiday.
You think?
No,
over Christmas?
Sure. You go talk to any priest, they'll tell you that's our most important holiday.
Okay.
Because it's the pinnacle of what Christ is representing, new life.
Everlasting
life. Like
that makes sense.
Easter is Christianity's biggest holiday. Christmas is second.
Christmas is just America's biggest holiday.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Claus's holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas is my biggest holiday.
Yeah, for sure, your biggest holiday. It's got to be America's biggest holiday. Everybody gets it off. Everybody gets it off.
Christmas Eve is a federal holiday now.
Very interesting. Separation of church and state, no more. That shit is not happening anymore, which is scary as fuck. I don't want somebody that believes. I'm sorry. This isn't me shitting on religion, but I don't want somebody that believes that every time you do something bad, he's going to send you to eternal damnation. I don't want that person thinking that they have to save America. 1:00 on a Saturday. What do you got going on this weekend?
Nothing. I don't even know what we're going to do today. You're going shopping, right?
Yeah. Got a wedding next weekend.
Oh, it's my father-in-law's birthday. We're going to hang out tomorrow for that. But that's it. Nice. I ain't got shit to do today.
Nice. That's a nice day.
Yeah.
Thanks for the coffee.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. Love you.
Love you too.
See you guys
next time. Thank you guys for tuning in.